snap. Snizzle snap. Bizzle bap. I'm on crack. No, I'm joking. I'm not on this. I can't say that foolishness. Skinny's always reminding me that I need to be more appropriate. I must be more respectful.
I'm never the guy saying that. I'm just telling you that you should probably just not be rapping, but otherwise, you're doing all right.
Hey, I could throw a freestyle like a wild child.
Oh no, okay.
All up in the hizzy. Y'all know my pizzy, spitting mad rhymes like I'm Jizzy.
You know, you're not even trying because I know you can do better.
Yeah, I can do a lot better. But it just seems like a lot of work, and then showing off is never as fun when you're actually good at something. Oh. I'm playing.
Wow, the ego.
Isn't that 90% of being a hip hop artist? Ego? Isn't that the? I feel
like
I was
fair say.
What's up, everybody? Another edition of Geek-tastic Cypher here on Free X Agents Media, the YouTube channel that you all love and adore. And if you guys have not had the chance to subscribe now, go ahead, click if you're watching us on YouTube, click that little icon on the bottom right, and if you're watching us on Twitch, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We just want to tell you thank you, and keep tuning in. And if you guys are listening to this on Friday or any day after Friday, always make sure to tune in for the live show, because that's where you get to see all the crazy, fun, wild-ish. I keep forgetting, we gotta try not to swear in the first 5 minutes. Gotta try.
Yes.
One day we'll get through it. Well, one day I'll get through it.
Fuck
yes,
that
one day
shit.
you will. No, man. You see.
See, this is
why we don't
when
get
we can't
monetization.
when we can't monetize anything because of this fool over here.
Blame Dave. It's cool.
His mic. That's what we'll just start doing. Dave, your mic might get muted for the first 5 minutes in the future.
That's fair.
But yeah, really guys, we're here. We're here live, and we have a guest. Skinny, your homie is here. I feel like you should do the honors because you will do a better job than I.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw it out there.
Away, homie.
I'd like to introduce a friend of mine in my never-ending crusade to collect as many toys as possible without going broke. He's a fellow Canadian, fellow Torontonian, Ontarian. Up there with Toby.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Kevin, aka Toying Around.
What up, dude?
Yes, sir.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Listen to that crystal clear sound. That's a nice mic, homie.
Yeah.
What do you have?
This is the blue something.
Yeti?
Yeah, Blue Yeti. Is it a micro or a mini or something?
Yeah, it's got clear sound. That's a great pickup pattern. I was actually talking to people about that the other day, about like which mics have the best pickup pattern. And I got to say, as much as I used to hate on the Blue Yetis a little bit, and they're like the Snowball, which is that little one that everyone.
The Snowball's whack. Don't.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's the thing. The Snowball was the first one that I saw, because the Blue Yeti, that big one, I didn't actually try it out, but a friend of mine had the Snowball. And I was just like, yo, this is not a good mic, dude. Like, this is weak. And he was just like, whoa. So that's why I think I had a bad impression of Blue Yeti. But since then, the mic game has stepped up.
The Snowballs, you have to be really close and directly in front of it. It's on this tripod.
Yes.
So it's really awkward. You have to do all these adaptations to put it on an arm like this.
Right.
And then you have this giant ball in your face if you're on video, and it's just stupid. So
it looks weird.
Yo, big facts.
Big facts.
And then I just wanted to tell people, you also have a YouTube channel.
I do.
Can we shout it out?
On the YouTube here at Toying Around. Every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, I sit down and I unbox some toys with some fellow collectors in the community, and we just chop it up and talk about toys and get to open stuff. It's like Hot Ones, but with toys.
Oh, dope. Yo, I like that description. That's like a perfect.
That's actually a really fire description.
That's a good tagline right there.
I didn't think of it until someone said it to me. I'm like, oh shoot, you're right. And then I'm like, oh, I do watch Hot Ones. And then I guess it just came together that way.
Yeah, that's dope.
Well. Works very well.
So I feel like the question you have to ask any collector in this game: how long have you been collecting, and what started it?
I am an only child, so I've had toys. Come on, WhatsApp. Let's be professional.
All your fans already reaching out, watching the show.
Hey, yo, Kev, what up, bro?
I see you.
Yeah, check this out. We already got one of these. We got someone talking about butter.
Yo, what's up? Omar Vasquez, Butter Nation.
What an angel coming through.
Yeah, only child. So I got like all the toys. My parents bought everything, and when we moved over from Hong Kong, they brought everything over. So I've had it for all of it this whole time, and stopped for a bit. University, there's other priorities at that time, and then got back into it maybe 9-ish years ago, and then it's gotten out of hand ever since.
That is a respectful collection for 9 years.
Yeah.
Oh, this is. I'm not trying to brag. I have a problem. This is like a fraction of it. It's
okay.
It's not a flex. It is not a flex at all.
I mean, it's a little bit of a flex.
Yeah.
This is only 10% of the whole collection, homie. Like that's a little bit of a flex.
Like you're opening drawers and toys are just popping out.
He has to like press them down to put the drawer closed.
It's like a Scrooge McDuck kind of scene down here.
Okay. I imagine you have like shelves like around the room, something like that. With okay, there you go.
Well, the whole reason for unboxing Thursday is because I have this wall. It's a pile, and then when you start running out of space, so you have to start building upwards. So now it's kind of infecting that wall there of unopened stuff. And then there's like Detolfs here and Power Rangers, diorama stuff.
Yeah,
and toys on the floor.
Yeah. No,
I love you know you're a collector when someone says Detolf and no one in the room blinks or bats an eye. It's like we all know what the Detolf is.
I literally got 3 this past week.
Yeah,
jeez.
It took 4. So long to find. It took so long to get them because they've been out of materials for so long.
Oh,
right. They finally hit the stores, and I was like waiting for over a year to get one.
Damn.
So.
Yeah, I love the Detolf. It's and do you have any of your Detolf hacked? Like I know some people get really serious about the Detolf builds, and they get like extra shelves put in and do like the little spacers in between all this craziness.
Yeah. No, you got to go and find whatever levels of glass. You got to get it cut and stuff. No, that's too much. Just buy another shelf.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you
and
go.
Deal with it. I bought risers. I got these risers from it's like a Japanese dollar store here.
Oh, cool.
And they're for displaying, little models or whatnot. But
the
little stairs, so then you can put your team, Star Wars, all that stuff, and kind of maximize that space. Because Detolf, it's like if you collect 1/12, you're wasting all of that airspace. In that region.
Yep.
And if you pack it in, they're just, it's like a mosh pit. You don't really see anything there, so you have to get the risers.
Man, yo, the terminology you use.
I'm the only one who doesn't collect toys here, and you guys are all assuming.
Uh-oh.
Everyone in the room knows what that is. What is that?
It's a glass.
For those who don't know, let's go.
I feel like from the cues we gave, you should be able to figure it out. Like shelving.
Nope. I am a noob and an amateur here, and I'm sure there are others listening right now who have no idea.
There's 2 on Brian's screen right now.
Yeah, so this is a Detolf. This and this is a Detolf.
What how do you spell it? Is this an abbreviation?
DETOLF.
It's an actual word.
Yeah, Detolf. DETOLF.
Never heard that word in my life.
It's like
an
IKEA
word. It's an IKEA name. Yeah.
There we go.
So these are Detolfs, and then this is a Kallax. This is a 4x4 Kallax with 2 Detolfs on the end. Then I have 2 Detolfs right here in front of me, and I have another Kallax here that's full of toys. So like in the office, I'm surrounded too. But yeah, when you're
geekdom go together. Interesting.
I have no Detolfs. I refuse to buy those things.
But you have those shelves. Those are also from IKEA. The shelves that you have above you at the back.
These shelves, those shelves. Yeah, I got them. They're here. But yeah,
that's one thing. IKEA does come in handy for the pricing and the display. Like a Detolf used to be $60 when I bought them.
It's not much more expensive than that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the quality of the Detolfs did go down a bit because the two originals I have versus the later ones, the plastic legs at the bottom and the press wood for the top, the top and the base are a little cheaper. And then the plastic that you put on the edges to close off the Detolfs, even that was cheaper. The last one that I bought, and I was just, wow, like they made it just a little bit cheaper, just enough.
Yeah,
that they can save
millions.
I'm not trying to have glass randomly shatter in the middle of the night and me think it's poltergeist in my house, dog.
Like, how's the glass gonna?
No, you haven't seen that where like people's Detolfs will just shatter.
I would imagine that's temperature changes. I can't imagine that a Detolf just
temperature changes.
Well, that's what happens with glass, right? Like if you have sudden like major changes.
If you want to get all scientific with it, sure.
Yeah. I don't assume it's Poltergeist blowing up the toy displays.
Can I see your shirt? It says the Jerk Store called.
Oh, bam.
Beauty.
They're running out of
Beauty.
Stanza.
He's like
I saw
the
it.
epitome of a jerk right there.
Oh, dude, I saw it in the store. I was like, it was like one of those things when you're walking and you see it at the corner of your eye. You're like, and you you stop in your tracks and you just turn around and you go and you buy it right away. That's exactly what happened. Like, this is meant to be. You are mine. You're just not here. Just come here.
Impulse buy. What was the first toy you remember getting that sparked that collecting?
Man, like I've had toys, but actual collecting, like the modern age.
Yeah.
It was a Toy Biz Wolverine. I got the Weapon X Wolverine.
Oh, okay. That sounds nice.
Because I had the stuff when I was a kid, but I wasn't a collector. It's like everyone bought me stuff, and it's cool, and I kept it. And I remember playing with Ninja Turtles. I have all my Ninja Turtles and stuff. But to actually get me into collecting, because I remember I said I got back into it a few years ago, like 9 years ago. It was just randomly by chance found a toy show, and I went in and I saw. I'm like, oh, you know what? This looks cool. I want to build a Jim Lee X-Men team.
Yeah.
And I got that. I got the Jerry Curl Bishop. No, the bald Bishop. I forget which one. And then like I went and built the Sentinel. You know, I was foolish and went on eBay and bought different figures that like mint on card, and they cost a little bit. You know, at least it's not as expensive as it is now.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went down that from there.
Okay, that's crazy. I always like when you talk about collecting, I remember like I used to collect comic books when I was younger, and then I stopped for like years. Same thing, university, things get in the way. You're like, you don't want to spend money because food is more important. And then I bought my first graphic novel again, like back in like 2011. And there's like this thing where you're like, I don't know, it just happens. You just get addicted and you just start buying. And then at one point I realized, holy shit, I'm spending like $300 a month almost on just like graphic novels, and I was able to stop myself after a few years, but I know like that shit gets out of hand real quick.
I still have a decent pull list myself, to be quite honest.
Honestly, Dave, because I mean you can afford it though. That's the other thing. Like you're not doing this to like I definitely did not have a job where I could afford a $200 a month pull list. And
I just couldn't justify it anymore.
No, like, but that's what I'm saying. For example,
I
couldn't afford my $200 a month pull list. Like I was,
I
was putting myself in debt to read these comics.
And it's not like we're not like Figgy and Mr. Toying Around over here who's starting YouTube channels talking about our polls and our comics and stuff. Right. These guys are actually doing something with their collections.
I don't know about Kev, but this shit does get expensive. Some weeks I'll be like, yes, thank you, it's pushed back because all these pre-orders, like I'll just check every day.
Oh my god.
I'll be checking every day, be like, all right, let's see what kind of damage might happen. Oh, you were pushed to 11/16. Good shit. Nice.
Perfect.
All right, I got some
That's hilarious when you're wishing for a pushback because you're
because they'll tell you like just today it happened. So I got 2 Gamerverse Miles Morales on pre-order and they're like pretty nice figs, whatever. But on Amazon.com they say February 11th, 2022. I'm like, cool, fine. Why is it that this morning they're like, oh yeah, you've been charged? And I was like, well, what?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it's coming. It's about to be shipped. And you're like, what? February? No. And you just got to take that. You can't like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, all right.
Kevin, you were about to say something.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say like those are the weeks where when all the pre-orders hit, and then it's like Costco chicken fingers for the whole week.
Yeah, that might have to be the title.
Costco chicken fingers. That's good.
They're good though.
If
it wasn't pre-order week, I would go grab some. Like it's good.
I just got their egg rolls for the first time. Those are pretty good too. Costco egg rolls.
Costco egg rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look it up. Look it up. They're bomb.
I did my pre-order for the Super 7 Run the Jewels.
Oh, nice.
The LP and LP and Killer Mike. And I was just like, oh man, I shouldn't do this. But at the same time, like I have the Sean Price up here.
I see
Price statue. And then I have like a few other like hip hop related statues. So I was just like, I like those two enough that I think I would want to own this limited run edition action figure. Like that's the thing with me. I don't buy like I'm not a completionist. So the way that like you guys have collections where, for example, someone noticed for you, Kevin, that you have 2 shelves that are full just Batman. I imagine that's because those are all the Batmans from a specific run, possibly.
That was Grizz.
Yeah. No, those are
like that's like Mafex and like everything. A few DCs. Yeah, that's all the Batmans.
DC Universe, DC Classics.
Okay.
89 Batman was something I grew up on. Like,
of course,
yeah, amen, brother.
So there's no Batman.
I'm gonna say that. Like, what are you talking?
Sorry, Kevin, you were saying?
No, it's all good. There's more Batman stuff over on the DTOF there too. So
yeah,
so curious. I would love to see that room.
Would you say like okay? Well, that's fair. Who do you think is the character you collect the most?
Batman.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not up to date with comics. It's just that part of your childhood,
right?
Those years where it's just seeped into your being.
That's Spider-Man for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say yeah. I think it's a tie between Batman and the Turtles for me.
I definitely give you Turtles. 100%, I give you Turtles over Batman. I just knowing how much you've defended Turtles in some situations.
That's just because you hate on Turtles for no reason, bro. You hate on Turtles for no reason. I defend wildlife, my friend.
especially during that crossover. That was some chatter there.
I think Batman also for me, like, and I recently jumped deep into Lego because they released that Lego Batmobile that I bought and.
Wait, is it the movie one or
the full movie one, the 3,300 piece big one that like can fit 3 Skinny, what is the one that you were the action figure fits? The 4-inch, the 3.75 inch?
Yeah, the 3 3/4.
Yeah, 3. That's it. That's how you say it.
The one when we were kids.
The 3 3/4 fits in the Batmobile, which is the thing that I thought was super cool. And I've been trying to find an 89 Batman 3 3/4. But every time it comes up on Amazon and stuff like that, it's like $200, and then it'll like drop off for a second. So
I have a question for both Skinny and Kevin. What is, if you had to pick one, what is your most? Actually, I have 2 questions. What is your most prized collection, and then what is your most priceless item in your collection?
It's the age old question of if there's a fire, what are you running out of the house?
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man.
After the kid.
Yes.
We'll say that first, just so that the wifeys don't get mad.
Wing.
Dollar value wise is this big boy right here.
Yeah.
I didn't get that one.
So how much did it run in the end?
Canadian.
It's $350 US and $30 shipping US, and then I split it with a friend. So
okay.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's not that bad. I thought it was gonna be more than that. Like I just ordered.
It might be more than that now.
Yeah.
I just ordered the Home Alone Lego, and that was
crazy. That's huge.
That's a small child.
This is a 3-year-old.
Say hi, everybody.
It's 26 inches tall, so
that's wild. Which is to scale with the other figures, right? That was the whole point. That's why people really wanted it.
I don't think it's exactly to scale with the 6-inch line, but it's large.
Okay.
So dollar value wise would be that one. But then if I grab that, I can't really take much stuff out during the fire anyway. So it would probably be that.
Okay. You Skinny, do you have one?
One single item or a collection?
No, like you said, there's a fire, you're running out. What do you grab?
Yeah.
After you grab the baby and you have one other hand free because Danny's already got the family like passports. Danny has a bag and has put all the real important stuff in. You grab the baby and you have one hand free to grab one thing and you're running out. Knock on wood, by the way, because we know how this is. So knock on wood.
Yeah, y'all are foolish.
Y'all.
I'm gonna have to say. Because you see, I'm OCD, so I got doubles of everything in other locations in case shit goes down. So
like Jason Bourne of action figures.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right?
I'm pulling is probably my Toy Biz Giant Man because I really only have one of those. Everything else,
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's like closeted and like say like my X-Men go down or like the kid happens and like armors break. in the closet is just doubles of everything just to exchange.
That's
No
great.
problem. I'm good with that.
That's amazing.
wild.
Just X-Men. Just X-Men.
Yeah, I think X-Men is your. If I had to pick something for you,
Yeah.
Skinny, would be X-Men for sure.
I love. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's X-Men and Spider-Man.
and Spider-Man. Yeah,
Man, what
definitely.
would I grab? I don't know what I would.
I mean, you
grab.
always point out that Sean Price figure. You might as well grab that.
I mean, I love that Sean Price figure, but it's not the thing I think I would think to grab first.
Or actually, you know what? I'd give you Transformers.
Yeah, I'd probably grab the first Optimus Prime that got me back into collecting in 2007.
There you go.
That's what I'd grab. I would grab him because it'd be like, if we start over, it starts with you again. You know, like if we go, if we start back, you were the one that started the first time. You guys started the second round. But
I just see you standing on a cliff with your Optimus figure, watching the sun set. When the sun comes up tomorrow, Optimus, it'll be just you and I.
It's just us now.
My partner has once again grabbed all the actual important stuff and has a bag and is looking at me just shaking her head like, this motherfucker ran upstairs to grab a Optimus Prime from the glass display instead of running out the door with me. It's just shaking her head like, God damn, are you dumb?
She's probably already at the hospital waiting because she knows that you're just you ran back in the house. She's like, whatever.
Smoke inhalation.
I'll meet him there.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood again. It's just
wow,
as someone who's been in a building on fire, had to jump off a balcony. I probably should not play with this too much.
That's deep.
Yeah, when I was a little kid, we in Uptown here in Montreal, our building caught fire, and I remember that's one of my earliest memories. I remember just opening my eyes and seeing like in the movies where there's like just a thin line of smoke on the ceiling, like crawling in and being like, what's happening? And my dad's just like, we have to go. Calmly too. My dad was just like, we have to go. Opens the balcony.
Was he putting action figures in his pocket for you?
No. If anything, my dad would grab the keyboard because my dad's a musician, and he would have grabbed his big M1 Korg M1 from back in the day and tossed that and would have yelled to someone, yo, catch this.
Catch
this.
Please catch this.
Did you jump into that big fireman net thing?
No. Thankfully we were on the first floor of a building that was like my dad could, when I was younger, I remember like if he jumped, he could grab the bottom of the balcony and pull himself up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
it
was
so disappointed. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's survivable jump. I mean, yeah, but
it's not really a fire if you don't five
but
stories.
As a kid, it was still kind of like it's definitely like 2 or almost 3 times when you're 4.
No, for sure.
Your height. So it was kind of like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a wild jump, but you're jumping into your dad's arm. So because he jumped down and then my mom put me and my sister over. So, but yeah, crazy time. That was great. Like I remember doing that. So. That's why I sometimes when I joke about buildings on fire, I'm like, I probably shouldn't. Like, I don't want to roll these dice again.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on. You're Mr. Firestarter, and you're talking about fires in my house, bro?
I think the fact that when I was younger, was really into fire comes from the fact that like as a kid, I was in a
right? Thank you, Kev.
This
because I was
is how
surrounded by
villains
fire
are
as
born.
a youth. Yeah.
I didn't light things on fire in spaces that were dangerous, but I would light fires as a kid.
I did too. Garbage cans, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. A stack of chopsticks once, which was very bad because that one kind of freaked me out. I was like, oh, this was a mistake. Why did I do this? But
shout out to the pyros in the room.
Right.
That's right.
No, but I mean, again, this is the stuff that when you're a kid, it's just like, well, these are things you need to learn not to fuck with. Like you just don't mess with fire, and you learn young. You know, burnt like the time I burnt my fingertip and I burnt off my fingerprints on 2 fingers. That was an interesting.
What? How does that happen?
Don't encourage it.
Don't encourage.
Unless you're holding a lighter directly.
No.
Your fingertips, like you're some criminal trying to
something
escape.
that got lit was hot, and I tried to grab it. And it burnt. It completely dude, have you ever had burnt finger? Like it feels smooth. There's no texture.
I'm laughing, but I have no I can hold on to something hot for a while now because of
Yeah,
done that so much as a kid.
yeah. The sensation, like the sensation when you touch things, is just you know how your fingerprint, those little grooves actually mean something, and when you burn them off, it's smooth.
It's
so
smoother.
It's weird when you hold something and there's no sensation of like the grip. You just have the feeling of sensation of holding, but it's just smooth against it. And it was actually, I remember when I had it for a while, I got used to the feeling. So when the fingerprint came back, I actually didn't like the sensation. I missed the smooth feeling.
You lost your superpower.
Oh, right.
I feel like are we listening to a superhero origin story right now?
This is again pure Mr. Glass villainy, Unbreakable style.
This
is not hero talk. This is how you get a villain.
I want to ask both of you guys one more question.
Sure.
What's the end game?
Oh,
with the
interesting.
collection?
Dude. No such thing. Sorry. That's for me.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, as a collector, like,
as a collector,
because like,
I'll answer that.
I know you want to keep collecting, which is which I would encourage. Do you have an idea of how you're going to store them at some point, and like, what do you guys want to do with that collection at some point, if you've ever thought about that far?
It's kind of morbid, but I've actually had this conversation before.
Morbid.
Like,
oh, you have.
Okay. Where does it end?
Right.
When I'm buried in here.
Burnt fingerprints, lighting fires, buried under your toys. Having fun today, guys, on the podcast.
It's hard to say because like maybe you collect. Your goal is to finish complete a team, right? You might have all the characters in your team, but there's so much stuff coming out now. Maybe there's a new version of something else, and then you'll like, oh, you know what? I'll upgrade to that and replace one that's in my collection already. But in terms, there's new movies coming out, new content that you want to have the toy or the collectible version of it in your collection. So it's hard to put an end date on something like this. Like if you're a fan, you're a fan. If you grow out of it, I just see maybe it just fizzles out. On a side note, I do always like to mention that my fiance is always asking, like, so how much is all this stuff worth? Like,
I love that.
That's when I'm like, stop asking me all the time. You're making me feel nervous.
I mean, I actually don't mind that question. Like, because I've spoken to other people. Like, I have a buddy who's a collector, and he didn't have his stuff insured, and he was always asking me like, yo, how much is your, and I told him, I'm just like, my collection is like 10K max, I would say. Like for if you put my action figures and my comics collection together, which I don't think is that much overall, 10K compared to some of the other collections I know. But I told her, I was just like, that's how much I got it insured for, because that was my estimate based on like the average amount of a figure plus the comic books. I was just like, and 10K was probably lower than what.
But were you considering your Lego when you were saying that?
No, I didn't have Lego at the time. I hadn't started collecting Lego.
You have to redo that.
Oh, so you might want to reevaluate that.
But I mean, I can't imagine the Lego is worth like. I don't know that Lego.
Maybe,
you have some
Legos
fucking
have had some
dope
huge
Lego, bro.
resurgence.
No,
Like,
don't get me wrong. I Dave, I know Lego's good. I'm collecting Lego now. Like, I just got a shipment.
You got me involved with it. So now,
exactly.
like,
I just got all the Batmobile live action Batmobiles. I have all of them now, and that was one of the things I wanted to collect. I have the 66 that I have to build. I have the Tumbler. I have the Batflex Batmobile, and I got the and I have the 89 here. So
all of them that big?
No.
Okay.
The other ones are all the smaller size. Oh, and I got the new one from the Batman. But that, like, those to me,
I don't like that one.
I'm at that point that was just to collect all the Batmobiles.
No.
I agree with you. I'm usually not a completionist.
There's no end game. You just see one and then you're like, yeah,
agreed.
I gotta get it.
Because you know what? I only wanted the latest Technic version of that Batmobile because it's like it looks almost kind of the same size as this one. It's smaller, obviously, but it was kind of just a cool idea of this larger Batmobile figure that has lights on it and you could fit a figure in it. And I was kind of like, I kind of want to. I with this one like that. I don't love the look, but it also makes me think of the Ghost Rider's car, Robbie Reyes version, and I was just like, I kind of like this car, so I'm down. So at that point, I was just like, well, if I get these other two Batmobiles, I'll have all the Batmobiles live action ones. Why not? You know, so
True.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, sorry. You didn't even get to answer yours.
No.
Go ahead.
Fuck. Anyways,
You don't know how to jump in.
shit.
I missed out on the fire.
270 episodes. He hasn't figured out how to jump in yet. That's on
Jump
you.
in. If you're trying to do double Dutch rope, there was no opening for that. I'm just like, So anyway, end game for me on this is when I have every character that I want in comic book form. That is probably not possible,
right?
But in terms of Marvel, I'm getting there. I have the Eternals left, I think, and we're missing a few X-Force and so on and so forth. But like, you don't need like Trevor Fitzroy's and people like that.
Yeah, you do.
I
was trying to just like put gasoline on the fire. That was.
Are you okay? Not counting like one-off characters, because there's a lot of characters in Marvel, right? There's like 40,000. And like not counting one-off ones, you're probably thinking like under 10K. So like, is that your end game?
For me personally, yes. And then eventually, when obviously I move into a bigger place, I'd like to make it kind of like museum form for like anyone to kind of come in, see it, look at it, so on. Because not everyone's gonna have this shit. And if we do end up in some sort of Mad Max type of world, I'm gonna be protected enough to still have all this shit. Bet your ass.
Wait, you're picturing a Mad Max world where you still have your collection in a museum style?
That's amazing.
This is some Zombieland shit right there. Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm going. Yeah.
But shout outs to Proto Man, because Proto Man kind of did that with his Transformer collection.
Man, how many? Dang! Out of all those characters, how many actually have figures? Do you know?
That's hard.
Look at Skinny Shelf.
They'll always pop up with one that you'll be like, oh yeah, damn, I don't have him. Like Psycho Man, they just put him out, and I didn't know I needed a Psycho Man. Now I need.
I didn't know that they told me I needed it.
High Evolutionary, obviously, there's that we're missing. We're missing a few of like all the Starjammers. We're missing most of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard.
You have any Guardians?
Is there a Vulcan?
I have all the Guardians. Yeah. Vulcan's coming out next year.
Okay.
We need who's on Vulcan's team? Who's in the new first class? What was his name? They killed him. Darwin. We need Darwin.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're never.
Do they have Darwin. Richter out?
Richter's coming out soon in like a couple weeks.
Richter's a 3-pack, right?
Yeah, he's in a 3-pack with like an X-Force Domino that's not this one. Sorry, there's a screen. Another one, and like Cannonball with legs. And we're missing
Cannonball with legs.
Yeah, we're missing Feral. We're missing Siren from that team. Gideon.
Yeah, I feel like this is more in line with what Kevin was saying, though. Like, there's always going to be another one that comes out that you're like, oh, I didn't realize that I kind of want this one, and I needed that one. So, like,
I love it. You know what? It kind of gives you. That's what a hobby or like being sort of passionate about stuff like this is. It kind of keeps you like not busy, but there's always something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which is what I find is great about it. There's always like something positive, something expected tomorrow or the day after. You know, I like that about the
but with that, there's also like 9 retools, 3 repaints, and like 4 re-releases that you didn't need, but then you find yourself getting because you're like, well, I mean, the face is a little bit better on this one.
Oh, because you can take them off and kind of like mix and match too a lot of the times, right?
Right. So it gets Then that's just Legends. I don't even get into like the higher end stuff like Kevin and the Big Boys play with like Mafex and stuff, because then I wouldn't have a house or a wife. And that's real talk. So
that's great.
I just like those ones where it's like you see the news for it and you go, I don't need that.
2 weeks.
But if I see it in the store, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And you turn around,
you're
and
like
see it
in line. You're in line, and you're like, why am I buying this? I said I don't need it.
I think one that I saw recently that I thought would be cool is all the Lokis from the TV show.
Yeah,
they have a few. They have a few of those. I think Mafex, you said, right? I think I saw they had a bunch of those there.
Could be Mafex. I'm not exactly sure.
I don't dare buy my first one because I know.
But that's
he's seen the slippery slope between these other 4 squares, and he's not down.
What I've done is proudly given away a few figs just to get someone started, and I'll have girlfriends getting mad at me and be like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "What do you mean, dude?" It's like, "Well, now he's buying these things," and I was like, "It's not my fault."
Yeah,
I
it
gave him
is
the.
your-
It's not my
you
fault.
you full on wanted others to join you.
That's literally like Venom. You're just living little like symbiote children everywhere, and it
No,
just
it's
like
more like
consume
drugs.
people.
The first one's free.
Yeah.
That too.
Take a
That
taste.
too.
Just take a taste.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to play a game here? Just take this Wolverine. See what happens.
Just hang on to it.
Yeah.
I'll come back in a week.
Yeah.
Just hold this. Just hold it.
I've had a
That's right.
friend explicitly say to me, "No, I do not want to start collecting Marvel Legends Iron Man." And I went and I bought the Toy Biz Wave 1 Iron Man, brand new. And I was like, "Here you go. See you at the next toy show."
That's great.
A year later, the guy's shaking. Shirt's all rattled. You
Oh
done?
shit.
Do we
Homeless.
since we're on the topic of Marvel?
Yeah.
Well, I just was in my case. I just stopped collecting Transformers. I just got to a point because that's the other side of it. There's some people who will continue, and then there's some people like I just stopped
Yeah.
because I got to a point where I was just like I only want to collect the ones I like, and then even
But-
those ones I was just like, oh, I don't like what they're releasing as much nowadays.
But so you don't collect any more Transformers at all?
Not really, no. Anytime I see a new figure out that I'm like, oh, that looks cool. If I don't get the urge to get it that day, like if I don't buy it that day, I'm like, nah, it's fine.
Was it you that was into Star Wars as well, collecting those figs?
No, I'm not a
Oh,
Star
okay.
Wars guy.
Okay.
Can't do that over here. Not allowed.
No, Star Wars is a
It's-
deeper well. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's intense, those ones.
and
the
like
prices
the
and stuff.
OGs for Star Wars when they go, you're
Oh.
talking like the people who go all the way back and try and get some old school stuff. I'm like, yo, you guys are next level
Yeah.
with this stuff.
Yeah.
GI Joe, I feel like is one of those.
Yeah.
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah, GI
I'm-
Joe, Star Wars.
100%.
Yeah, I've
Those
gotten
are the
GI
ones.
Joes. It's kind of yeah.
But those are the
No.
ones I kind of respect though, because those are like the OG. Like I respect all collectors, but when you're talking about people who were collecting things like Star Wars from Jump, GI Joe from Jump, like you're talking like all the older cartoons, He-Man from Jump, like some of the older
Like,
80s things.
Basically,
It's
the
just
OG collectors is what you're talking about. It's like these are all the things that birthed this problem that we have today.
Well, they did
I
it-
would say
yeah.
birth the culture. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Star Wars is one of the ones that birthed the culture.
Yeah,
100%.
I'd give Star Wars for sure. Star Wars, Transformers.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you?
yeah.
I see. I mean,
oh,
sorry, I was gonna say Power Rangers is becoming more popular. Skinny, I see you leaning heavy on the Power Rangers. Do you think
Yeah.
that's gonna pop off as much as some of the other collections?
I think it's if not has been popped off, it's
Okay.
more or less it's because of the not the quality. Before when they were with I believe it was Saban. What were the toy company before?
Yeah.
Saban, you're right.
Saban. The legacy figs were okay, but they were just kind of missing certain something with Hasbro and them being like kind of used to mass producing just like figs. With Power Rangers, you only need like a basic body, female body for female Rangers, male body for male Rangers, and then like you do monsters or like putties, and even that's basically the same body with a different head. So
Who makes it now? Is it Bandai?
Hasbro.
Yeah.
Hasbro
Oh.
owns them outright.
Hasbro has Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel,
GI Joe.
GI Joe, and Power Rangers. Like
Damn.
big hits.
And then
right?
have like some random ones that they haven't even
Like
tapped
Fortnite.
into, like
Like,
ROM and stuff like that. Like all these weird other characters that they could.
Hasbro. Even they made a massive resurgence, eh?
Mhm.
In the past few years.
I mean,
Crazy.
I feel like they never really slowed
Like
down.
what slowed, but it looks like they've like doubled or tripled in the last little while. I don't know. I
Mm.
just see them in a lot more, like their hands in a lot more pots, figures wise.
Well, as you two collectors, what do you think caused this biggest recent wave of collecting? Because I think Toby's right. There has been a bigger shift in the collecting culture than I would say 5-10 years ago.
yeah, you go
I
ahead.
mean, I see a part of it being like the huge hit of like the superhero genre movies and the
Mhm.
MCU
Makes sense.
and bringing this culture into like the forefront of it's a staple of society.
Yeah.
You go everywhere, any country, and they'll recognize these superhero symbols and images way more than years past.
Hmm.
And that brings more people into the fandom. More people in the fandom. There's more people who are more comfortable collecting this stuff. Maybe
Hmm.
it's more common ground with more people, and on top of that, companies would probably see that as an opportunity. Be like, look, this is huge right now. Capitalize on it. Put whatever you can out there, and it's not just for grown-ups. Kids, pajamas, toys. Hasbro does everything, right? They make kids toys, they make board games, even if the collector side of it wasn't huge before, like they're still in stores, in all your stores, selling all that other product. So it's just a different market.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the movies too, because like they do put out toys before a movie comes out, and you're like, wait a second, this thing in this toy, I think it's connected to this movie that's coming out. And like it looks like the spoilers and the toys before the movie actually comes out is a huge thing now.
So essentially what you'll see, like I noticed this pattern, is that if they release the comic book version of a character like before, you're getting him in MCU soon.
Ooh.
So like they'll drop Kang came out. Right?
Interesting.
And then they do that a lot with like if there's like a Marvel MCU version of the movie coming out, then they'll put out like a comic book version of the character, or vice versa, just to kind of like.
Did they put out an Adam Warlock yet?
They haven't put up Adam Warlock yet, but I believe
Null
they just announced him as a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah,
sorry, I think it's a Build-A-Figure, but it's probably going to be a Build-A-Figure.
There you go.
And Adam Warlock will I'll bet money that he'll be in the next Guardians wave that's coming.
That's just good marketing, right?
Great
marketing. If something's out there, I want to go buy it right now while it's hot.
Yeah,
I don't want it 100%. Months later. If I order Math Facts and it comes out a year and a half later, and
I'm a sucker.
Like, okay, I mean the hype's kind of. There are very rare movies where, like a year or two later, I'm still like, this is sick. Like a year from now, even today, I'm like, I still want all the Shang-Chi merch, even though it's been out for months and there's nothing right now. It's coming back on Disney Plus in a few weeks, or it's going to be on Disney. There are very few movies where it'll keep holding my attention. But a lot of stuff, it's just like out of sight, out of mind. I watched it once. There was a hype there. I bought all the stuff, and then it's like, all right, on to something new.
All right.
You just mentioned Shang-Chi, and I feel like that's kind of the perfect segue. Because Marvel has 26 films now with the Eternals. 27? 26
movies.
26.
Yeah, 26. Right. The first thing, yeah. And the AV Club, who I don't really know. I mean, we'll get to, but the AV Club, and you know what? I'll even share the list because I feel like it's going to be hard for us to discuss and not share for the people to understand. But the AV Club listed all 26 films, including the Eternals, in one list and rank them worst to best. So the list you guys are about to see, once again, if you guys are listening to the podcast, we highly recommend always tuning into our live stream on Wednesdays so that you can catch this stuff. But this is the list. This is the list that came out.
The first thing I want to address with regards to this list is the fact that I agree with number one. Actually, Winter Soldier and maybe Civil War to me are interchangeable in that spot, but Endgame and Infinity War need to be up there too.
Infinity War should be, first of all, beating Endgame hands down.
Yeah, 100%.
In my opinion. The thing I noticed the most, honestly, whoever thought that Iron Man 3 is better than Iron Man 2, fuck off. Like, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. Like, I think, fuck you. Like, that's not like, no, you're wrong.
Hold on,
you're wrong.
Let's unpack that for a second. Let's talk about that.
Look at everything below Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Yes. There we go.
Shang-Chi, offensive. All right.
That's not right. Doctor Strange, that's wrong. That's weird.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange is too high. Ant-Man should be reversed. The Ant-Man should be reversed.
But hold on. I want to stick to the fact that we can acknowledge Iron Man 3. Even if you liked Iron Man 3, you can't. I
can't put it above those.
I can't say Iron Man 3 is better than Doctor Strange.
No.
At the very least, just off Doctor Strange. I know Doctor Strange wasn't the best of the MCU films, but I would definitely say Doctor Strange was better than Iron Man 3.
100%.
Yeah.
Story-wise, okay.
Shang-Chi as well, Ant-Man, and Thor 1. Sorry, Incredible Hulk. I disagree. I know I know I'm one of the people who like that movie more than most.
I like it.
But that movie being the second to last on this list is ridiculous.
Oh, that's
I know. Thor: The Dark World should be there.
It should be Iron Man 3 and then Thor: Dark World. That's the last two. We know that.
We say it on the show all the time. Like, we've had this conversation where we said the last bottom two are Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark World.
And honestly, don't get me wrong. I actually like Iron Man 3. Like I've rewatched it recently.
Oh, yeah, you said that the other day.
I actually
I
like
still
it.
hate it
But
after
I
rewatch.
agree that it's not better than 2. And I also agree that it maybe not shouldn't be. I think Thor: The Dark World should be last, in my opinion. It's just utter trash.
Yeah.
But everything else is a little off. Black Widow, I agree, 100%.
Yeah, that could be there.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone?
Yeah. No, if anything, no
Unanimously,
offense,
yes.
that was gonna be my third. It was gonna be Iron
First
Man
to last?
3,
No way, man.
Iron Man 3, Dark World, what's it called? Black Widow. Then I'd put Eternals just because like I've not seen it yet.
Right.
Wilding.
So
I wouldn't put
yeah.
Eternals on the list. Period.
Yeah,
until I
exactly.
see
Yeah,
it.
that's a good
why
point. That's a
yeah.
solid point.
I would put like Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, and then Thor. If you're asking me, I can't like. Genuinely the first Thor, but I
Thor
wouldn't
was okay.
I would put Black Widow near Ant-Man probably, but that's the thing. I also think Age of Ultron's way better than now.
Way better, exactly. I would rank Age of Ultron higher.
Yeah, Age of
Ultron is moving to the top 15, 16, 17.
So let's talk about that middle part then. Let's
Okay.
rearrange that
Okay,
part.
I think we need to establish it's like number 1 is the title, and these are their slides ranking the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When
you get to number 27, that is the best.
Yeah.
What I'll say is I agree with their top 6.
I don't,
but
man.
maybe being rearranged though. But I believe the top 6 that they have is correct to be the top 6. Just maybe not the same order.
There's no way the Avengers is anywhere near the
top.
I don't think
you wouldn't say Avengers is in the top 6 for
not
you
the
guys?
first one, bro. No, that's third.
I rewatched
it's
that
the OG
recently.
of what's happened.
It doesn't matter.
But it's not. Yeah, just because it was the OG doesn't make it.
That's exactly why they rated it. I think it's out of respect, but I don't think it deserves to be in the top 10.
Oh,
sorry, Kevin. What were you about to say?
I think that was his.
No, that's what I was saying. Like it's not ranking out of symbolism and what it represents. It's like I'm assuming how good the movie is on its own standing.
Yeah.
Which is what the ranking should be. Yes, but it looks like they're doing this out of respect.
But
sure.
if
they're
doing it based off how good the movie is, then they still fucked up with like all the other things we said.
Okay. Let's do. What's your top 10? If you had to put a top 10 together right now.
Oof.
Winter Soldier and Black Panther are constantly fighting for top 2.
Okay.
They're always back and forth. Really? Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man Homecoming are in my top 10. I don't know which I prefer more. I think I liked Homecoming more because it was we didn't get an origin story, which was nice. It was kind of just established this is what's going on because he's already in the MCU, and it was good. And that like we've said, that last scene where he's kind of this kid by himself underneath the rubble. Finally, that's the kind of Spider-Man I want to see. The kid who looks like he's really going to lose against all odds, but can pull through by just the sheer willpower
on his own.
Yeah, on his own. Until he needs help, which is every Iron Man sends in a suit. Anyways,
keep going.
Yeah, so that's what I gave you guys 4. I would say, Jesus Christ, the first Ant-Man is up there.
Okay.
The Shang-Chi is up there now because that was really solid. I really respected that. And then the Infinity War and Endgame are up there.
Okay, so that's pretty much rounds up your 10.
Yeah,
that's no real particular order, but
yeah, it's hard to and I used to really like Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, but after rewatching it a few times, I don't like it as much.
See, that's where a lot of my rankings have changed recently, is in the rewatch. Just rewatching them over the pandemic when I had time, and I just it changed and I actually had time to actually pay attention to a lot of details more than usual, and I find that my rankings for certain movies has changed. So first of all, Captain Marvel shouldn't even be anywhere near the top 20.
I won't say I like Captain Marvel.
It's good, but there's so many more movies here that are much better.
That's fair.
So I would go with Winter Soldier for sure. Number 1. I love Winter Soldier. Everything about it, the drama, the everything, the story, the Tony finding out the parents thing, and the him and Cap, all of that is dope. Oh wait, did that happen in Civil War?
That's Civil War.
That's Civil War.
Well, then Civil War's first.
Well,
Winter Soldier is second. Then I'm putting
Civil War is your first?
Yeah, Civil War is my first.
Civil War is
shit.
like my second, so I'm with
Yeah.
Toby. Yeah,
I like it, like they're fighting for first and second, but I like the aspect of when Tony finds out, like that man, that there's just some drama in there that's I don't think they've been able to replicate since. Right?
Yeah, that's fair. The betrayal.
That feeling,
that
and you
betrayal.
felt it. You felt it.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
When you saw his face, you were like, "Oh fuck, that hurt."
Yeah. It was to the death. Like they were fighting to the death. It was crazy.
Somebody had to go.
Yeah.
One gotta go.
In third, oh man, this is where it starts to get a little dicey, but I'm gonna bring Infinity War to third.
Oh wow. Okay.
Then I'm gonna put Endgame.
So you like the team movies?
I do.
Okay.
Endgame up there as well. Spider-Man. I would probably put Homecoming over Far From Home. And then Far From Home. That's about 6. And then my last 4, that's where it gets a little interchangeable. Because everything else, like all the solo movies, didn't really hit home to me as much. Like Ant-Man and the Wasp is up there, I guess, because I was thoroughly surprised by how good it was.
Over Ant-Man?
Over what?
Like you're saying the Ant-Man and the Wasp makes it into your top 10?
Oh, wait. Is that the Ant-Man is one I mean, but is Ant-Man? Oh, it's number 19? Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying.
Ant-Man's up there in the top 10. Sorry. That's what I meant. Shang-Chi is up there too. I really liked it. The ending, but I really liked it.
Fair.
Dang. And then the rest is where I'm just like Age of Ultron. I'm putting Age of Ultron up.
Really?
Interesting. Okay.
Right, I'll take a stab at it.
Go ahead.
In no specific order, definitely Captain America, First Avenger, Civil War, Hulk would be up there for me.
Oh yeah.
Infinity War, 100%. Doctor Strange, 100%.
Yeah.
So wait, I said
In your top 10, Doctor Strange?
In my top 10, yeah. I really like Doctor Strange, and that was a very good story of Doctor Strange. They didn't deviate that much from what actually happened, and the ending is very typical.
Yeah, it has one of the best endings for a film. I'll say that.
100%.
Yeah.
And
the first view of like a multiverse. Like they've been hinting since way back.
That was cool.
Yeah. I would definitely say both Spider-Mans as well, just because they're just so rewatchable. That's the thing about them. I would say Ant-Man, and then I don't know how many I said.
You're about 5 now.
Yeah,
you're at 5. You're like almost 10.
I said Civil War, Cap, Doctor Strange, Infinity War, Hulk, Spider-Man 1, 2.
Yeah.
So
you're pretty much
Ant-Man, Thor, Iron Man, Shang-Chi, I guess, like something like that. I may have named an extra one by accident. No Black
Panther, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, I forgot.
Y'all noticed.
Oh yeah, you forgot.
No, it's in there.
There's 25 movies.
It's not in my top 10. Don't worry.
It's not in your top 10 at all.
Hard. 10 is hard to narrow it down.
It is hard.
Like,
but if you had to,
because for me, I'm judging them on the movies that like I constantly rewatch them because like I just purely enjoyed watching them. You know what I mean? Like
same.
Oh, that should totally be the reason for your list.
I was gonna say
it's your list, right?
Exactly.
Like, what do you enjoy?
Because even like I dare say I would have put Avengers in it, the first one, because I love that one in the sense that everyone gets a proper shine in that movie. I find,
except for
compared to the other.
Yeah,
but like whatever, man.
No,
I love that. It's your list. You can put whatever you want. It's like I think I would put Avengers. Wrong.
No. Just because like no, I'm not saying it like that. I was just saying it's like it's hard to narrow to 10. The last ones, the ones I wouldn't put on the list, those are easy. I've already voiced a couple.
Yeah, see, Black Panther, I like that it's ranked high. I understand. Again, that's why I feel like this list has to do more with like popularity and like social impact versus enjoyability. And I haven't gone back to rewatch Black Panther as much as a lot of these other movies. I'm not. It's good. It's great. It's visually like pleasing, and the story is good. I like the villain in the movie, but it's not my favorite MCU movie.
Yeah. Kevin, hit us with your list, homie.
What you got?
In no particular order, because it varies. Winter Soldier, all the Cap movies. I'm not like a Cap person, comic wise, like it's not one of my
I-
favorite characters, but MCU wise, I don't know what it is. He's just cool. And
Oh, they do him well, man. They do
everything he
him well.
does works.
Yeah. I agree.
He's not like a square. He's kind of a
Yeah.
square, but like in a cool way. Like
he's a square with an edge.
Yeah, he's everything he stands for.
I felt like such a dad joke.
It's all there. So like I'll take all 3 Cap movies. I love World War II stuff. So First Avenger, it's in there for sure. Obviously Endgame, Infinity War. Shang-Chi is up there, Black Panther. So we're at 7. Give me some Spider-Man, Iron Man, and
I like that sounds like a food order. Give me some Spider-Man.
The way I'm seeing it right now, I'm picturing these are all a hologram, and I'm Tony Stark, and he's swiping away the stuff. He doesn't want. And I'm bringing in ones that I want over here, and like you don't
fair.
want this. That part was cool. Was that Homecoming when Peter does that? He has the on the plane.
No,
That's Far From Home.
Far From Home. That's right.
When he's building the suit.
Yeah, he has like a 3D printer on the plane. And
Yeah,
he's building the suit live. I'm like that's awesome.
It's dope.
That Lego set for the plane is dope too, by the way. For that
oh, they have a set for that?
Yeah, and inside you have the thing where he's building the suit. And then you can eject him from the bottom of the plane. This is why Lego's bad. Anyways, sorry.
Homecoming, and if I had to do one more, I'll give it to Doctor Strange. I like
Doctor Strange.
I like that character too. Yeah.
Interesting. I like Doctor Strange in Infinity War a lot more than in his own solo movie. But anyway, skinny.
So Winter Soldier. Okay, actually my list is gonna really kind of might surprise people, but all right. Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Civil War, Iron Man, Homecoming.
Yeah.
What am I at?
6.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay. So, Endgame, Infinity War. That's
2
8
left.
and 2 left. Probably ending with Doctor Strange, and for whatever reason, let's say, because I mean these like are my like, it interchanges obviously.
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk and Thor.
Okay, that's good. That's a good.
Or Ragnarok.
Yeah. Actually, first Thor. Actually, sorry. Wow, that Ragnarok. Thor.
See, no one's hating on him because he forgot of Ragnarok.
Nobody was hitting on your list, actually.
No. It's first Thor.
First Thor. Okay.
Yeah.
Our list was kind of similar, except for your last 2 picks, actually.
Yeah. I don't love Far From Home as much as I like
Homecoming, right?
Homecoming,
Yeah,
but
same.
I love Far From Home for what it attempts and like the Mysterio scene. Cool,
Yeah.
but otherwise, I'm like, give me Homecoming.
Yeah. 100%. Him and the Vulture was a wicked villain, like a wicked
did it so well.
counterpart, and that discovery of like who Peter was while he was in the car, and that whole tense moment, like it was. Perfect. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But the AV, I don't know who worked on this list for them or why, but it would be good to know what their reasoning was behind this
They
order.
picked this list at
They were
random.
drunk.
Yeah, sometimes when they do these lists, I feel like, I mean, obviously they do these lists just for the reaction. And sometimes I feel like the person doing the list intentionally puts stuff in certain places knowing that people will react a specific way, like angry, annoyed. Because I got to say, like, for me, I really don't get how you're going to put Iron Man 3 and above so many films where, like, I mean, it's not that Iron Man 3 was poorly acted, but the story itself, just compared to all the others,
it was a bit convoluted. It was a bit convoluted, and the fact that it actually has no meaning within the MCU at the end of the day, based on the way Shang-Chi played out, right?
Yeah,
There was nothing.
There was no tie or anything.
There was nothing. Those featurettes afterwards that they released, none of it really had anything to do outside of the Mandarin capturing this guy for using his name wrongly.
Yeah.
A lot of the movie was pretty much the plot of Iron Man 2, but just more convoluted.
And they just really wanted to depower Tony, and show us what happens when he's depowered. Yeah. Like that whole scene with the kid, and it's like, okay, I get it. But like, I don't know. I feel like This is
And that was the first time we saw what's her name in the suit too, right?
Rescue.
Rescue. No, not rescue. Well, yeah.
But she doesn't wear. She doesn't put on. Does she put on the? No, that's because they blow up the house, right?
Yeah.
So she
And then the suit.
she flight and she.
Yeah, but that's not rescue. Sorry, that's just her in a suit. Apologies.
Yeah.
But I feel the person who made the list, like, it's like as if he forgot to do it, put it in Excel, and did like random sort. And he probably it was probably
The
like
accountant.
worse than
Yes, I was
best
gonna
was
say.
probably the actual way he did it. It's like no, that's too unrealistic, so I'm gonna flip it around. That's all I feel.
That's
Like,
fair.
Yeah, it was also
Just
weird.
like-
The numbering was a little odd. It took me a moment to realize like which way I'm looking at things. At first, I was like, Iron Man 3 is not first. This person's on crack.
Yeah. You go to the first slide and you didn't see Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Like, you should have hit X right away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I don't need to click any more of this.
Yeah. Honestly,
You're wrong. That's
That
it.
is kind of how I felt because when I went to the first slide and I saw Iron Man 2 for a second, I was like, "Oh, Iron Man 3." I was like, "Nope, that's a 2." I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I was just like, "I'm not going through all these slides. I got to be able to look at this list in just one shot." And that's how I found the thing list, the full list on their
Yeah.
site.
But overall, a lot of these movies had moments, like the ones that are in the top 20, they had moments where, like, as a fan, that got you giddy. You know, nothing beats like Under Ruse, and you see Spider-Man come into the picture,
Yeah.
you know, and stuff like that. Like, they definitely had their cool moments in a lot of these movies.
This
Yo,
one.
more, well, a lot. I gotta say though, that every time I hear the story of how Sony had a plan and Kevin Feige walked in to that meeting with Amy Pascal, I think is what they said, and how at the end of the meeting she was crying because she was just like, "This motherfucker's about to take Spider-Man and just do whatever they want with him." I had this whole idea with Andrew Garfield, and then Kevin was just like, Nope. This is what we want to do with him. Are you guys down? You'll make a lot of money with us. We just bring him in.
Your plan is trash.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, at a certain point, though, he's right. Like,
yeah.
You know, you got to recognize when someone has a better idea than you, and I'm glad she did. Right.
Yeah. You know, let's make this money together. Why not?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So then I feel like this is the perfect segue into discussing Morbius.
All right, let's do it.
Did we all see the trailer for Morbius?
I did. Are we allowed to play that live right now without getting copyrighted?
I don't know if we could play the whole thing. How long? It's 3 minutes.
That's pretty long.
Getting away with that.
Yeah.
You'll get hit with like a copyright something.
Yeah.
And then they'll give you an option to cut off that portion of your video, or they will take all the money from your monetization of this video.
Nice.
Great.
All the 100% of zero. Woo.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Hold on. Let's.
Go ahead.
Are you gonna play it?
No, I don't think we need to play the whole trailer. I don't feel like
All
watching another 3 minutes.
No, we don't need to.
I was about to say, like, you know,
another.
I didn't want to watch it the first time when I was watching it, so I mean.
Oh, okay. So let's go there. You didn't like
pull
it?
up like a picture of him.
Yeah, I'll find the because I
like
did
that.
find some cool stuff.
This
You
is
guys
a
can
movie
talk
that who wants this movie?
Wait,
Why
hold
are we
on.
making this movie?
Outside of who wants it?
But
when you
that's the
watched
point. Like
it-
it was cool. I admit I'm happy that they don't seem like they fucked up his vampire state. It looked okay.
It looked more than okay to me, but hey.
Yeah, it looked okay. But there's only flashes of it, and like it honestly sounds boring. It sounds like they're trying to take one of the Marvel movie storylines and like making it their own.
Which Marvel movie storyline?
Like I feel like they're trying to take like that. I don't know.
Format?
It's like when I was watching, I'm like, this feels like a failed attempt at a Marvel movie, or at least the trailer does.
Okay. So you weren't feeling it at all.
I will go see the
lie.
movie because I like the character, but
I had zero expectations, and the trailer makes me want to watch it. This
Really?
new full length trailer. Yeah, I like the way Michael Morbius looks. I like not necessarily I like Tyrese's narration for some reason. I don't know why his voice still throws me off, but I just like the fact that they're inserting some kind of humanity into Morbius a little bit. It feels like, right? I don't know if the Venom line was a joke for the trailers that's not going to be in the movie. I feel like it's one of those things where because Venom is so popular right now and stuff like that, they just like insert this scene, but we're not gonna have this in the movie at all. It felt like a throwaway. Like, why would Morbius out of nowhere say I am Venom? Right? I don't know if that does that make sense to you guys?
I haven't seen the whole trailer yet, so
okay. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're necessarily connected. But then, speaking of connectivity, there's so many different connections to different various like MCU and Sony universe stuff that I'm wondering, is this anywhere in any timeline, or are they just saying, "Fuck it"?
No, I think it's placed when she hits the fan.
Is Morbius under Fox?
No,
Sony.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing is, they made it pretty. I find they made it pretty clear. He's currently in Spider-Man in the MCU world. With him interacting with
Vulture.
I think, unless you're trying to tell me that it's an alternate reality Vulture, which technically is a valid argument.
Yeah,
like it's possible. Like you've already set the concept of variance, like Brian said, but like you remove that, this is a pretty clear indication. Unless, again, like kind of Skinny was saying before, is like unless the things that are happening with Spider-Man are happening at the same time and his reality is being shifted in and out.
I'm going with Dave. Is
odd though, because all that happened, like all this only became clear. I don't think they had that plan for Morbius when they were filming.
I know, but that's why I find that. That's why I feel it is stretch.
That's my only thing. It's if the Morbius film is, because this post here that I found earlier, where it's Raimi's Daily Bugle logo, Raimi's Spider-Man art, MCU Spider-Man murderer plot points, MCU Vulture, the Amazing Spider-Man Oscorp logo, and references to Tom Hardy's Venom, Rhino, and Black Cat are all in the trailer. My thing is, and Skinny, you said it might just be good editing, because to me, I don't see how you were writing this film, producing it, and all of this stuff, this entire crossover, even as far as MCU crossover stuff, you planned that originally when these deals seem like they weren't solid. And I mean, maybe this is just the fact that the Sony deal and the Marvel deal that we keep hearing them having trouble. This is part of it. This is probably part of the negotiation that once they do this multiverse, Sony's going to get a bigger piece of the pie. Because I mean, like Kevin said, let's make money together. So, you
can afford to give them one. I mean,
remember, at the end of the day, Spider-Man, and this was a couple of years ago, they said this, Spider-Man is a $4 billion IP alone, aside from the 7 to 9 billion that Disney paid for the entire Marvel back in the day. Like that's a big chunk to have over at Sony that you constantly have to deal with. But if Sony's smart, they'll never let it go. I'm Sony. I'm never giving it back. I am going to milk it and work with you and make money forever and ever.
It's not like you really had to do anything. You really just let them take control of it. And then we just kind of, we pay for the marketing. Cool.
Yeah, that's what I would. Yeah, that's exactly how I would do it. I'd be like, here, rent my license and give me the bare minimum work and put my feet on the table. That's what I would do.
What if all of these things mixing together was just an intern Googling the logos and just grabbing whatever they got? Like, if that was the simplest explanation, because I'm sure that stuff happens too.
That's some good Occam's razor right there. The simplest is the most logical. I mean, goddamn. That would be wild. That would be wild. This guy just like, hey, can you put in Spider-Man in the background and this scene on the wall? All right, boss. And he just Googles and gets the Raimi first Spider-Man.
Exactly. Daily Bugle. I'm gonna composite all this together, and then and he's thinking like, who's gonna know? And then
like, fire the next day.
Are analyzing as we speak. You idiot.
Yo. Oh my god!
The analyzing is definitely getting out of hand in the past couple of years. I'll say for sure, because we have no choice. They gave us a whole year where we had nothing to do.
Yeah, true.
We had no choice but to start diving into every detail of every film we were supposed to get in 2020.
Man,
2020, 2021. You know,
when did Far From Home come out?
2019.
Yeah.
How did they really expect to end that movie like that? Like, and just not have us go like nuts. Like, well, I mean, that's what it was their full intention. But like, wow. I mean, to be honest, with all this and the way that they ended it, I think they know that like it's gonna be good. I feel like a lot of people are worried, and I'm like,
What? Wait, No Way
No
Home?
Way Home. No Way Home. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be amazing.
I think it's gonna be so
No pun
good.
intended.
But I just
still scared.
Yeah,
I'm
we have
I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
What are you nervous about?
We have Pessimist Jim over here.
That they won't
Well,
stick the
because
I'll pull up the list.
eventually they're gonna look.
Whoa, why?
You
Why
can only
gotta-
you could run the high wire as long as you like, but at some point you're gonna slip. And
Man,
this is a bit, and
don't
this
blame
is
them.
had 6 rings.
this is a very hard task with what they've presented so far.
You gotta
and-
have faith. In
And
the trilogy
lesser
at some- you
people
gotta
have
faith in the trilogy.
easily fucked them up.
guys.
Lesser
You gotta have-
people.
You gotta have faith in a trilogy at some
Listen,
point.
I
They've
have
also-
faith,
they've-
but I'm
they've
nervous. I'm allowed to be nervous.
They've had 18 superheroes on the screen at the same time, and it worked, bro.
Yeah.
They've had 18 superheroes. They've not had one hero versus 12 villains. That's
6
my-
villains. 6.
Right.
Well, how would you 12?
We still
There's at least 6 that we know.
Whoa,
Who knows what's
blowing
going to
these
happen in
numbers,
this
bro.
movie?
I'm saying 12 because I genuinely don't know how many villains they're gonna have. Like we're saying 6. We don't know.
I say
who's
5.
coming.
I don't even think we're gonna see the full 6 this movie.
I'll show you guys this. This is a list that they released. That
Who's
someone
they?
released. This is not
Okay.
official.
Who's
This
they?
is
I
not
love it.
official.
Who's they? Government.
This is not official. I just
Okay,
want to
let's see.
I don't want anyone coming for us. But
so
this is a
people
list
really
of
are saying
all,
Venom's gonna be in this.
yeah, this is a
Interesting.
list of all the potential characters. Some confirmed, some not confirmed. Tom Holland's Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker, Willem Dafoe's the Green Goblin, Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor Strange, Jamie Foxx's Electro, Thomas Hayden Church's Sandman, Rhys Ifans the Lizard, Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, Quentin Beck, Zendaya's MJ, Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock Venom, J.K. Simmons as Jonah, Jacob Batalon as Ned Leeds, Marissa Tomei as Parker, Aunt May, Tony Revolari as Flash Thompson, and Angourie Rice as Betty Brant.
Well, we already know.
What about
half of those-
Happy?
half of those people are only gonna get like
10 minutes.
not even.
Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox
Not
is 5
official.
minutes.
This is just speculation.
Yes, this is
Some,
speculation.
like maybe 3 or 4.
Is
of
this
these are
AV Club
speculation.
again? Like,
No. This is so,
AV Club.
this is
you gotta
what-
get off that site, dude.
No. This is an AV. This is a compiled list from Reddit that of all the leaks and the confirmed stuff from the trailer.
But
Okay.
I'm not mad at any
So
of
based on that information, this is what someone put together. They're just like, if all this information is correct, that everything we've seen in the trailer combined with all the rumors are accurate, this
Yeah.
is a list of who we can expect in the film. And like Dave said, we don't even see Happy.
Yeah,
thing-
because
yeah.
he's
Happy
only
going
there
down.
to simp. So he's not gonna be on for long.
Don't do that to Happy.
He's only gonna
Hey,
be there to
do
skip.
that to
That's
Listen.
Happy.
hilarious.
He
He's
thought
not-
he
he
found love, and
I mean,
No, man.
May was
He
like,
was
"No, you're a
would
piece."
you not simp for Aunt May? That's an Aunt May that some
Well,
of us might
he-
simp for.
here's
Yeah,
the
where's
thing.
Marissa
I don't even
Tomei on
think-
this? Oh wait, she's there.
She's there.
Yeah.
She's there.
She's there.
I don't think he would have been in Far From Home if it wasn't for her. No matter what Tony said, Happy was not flying half her around the world,
Right?
follow
Yo,
some little boy
that's-
around.
Yeah.
Because if Aunt May had told him what she said at the end of the movie, at the beginning of the movie, Happy wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Can
Wait, you want me to save your nephew, but we're not a thing? Woman, I'm out.
We're good. We're good.
can I
Tony's
name
not
a
here anymore
can you name a character that I think might be in the movie that no one's really thought or talked about?
because
Yeah,
it's
go
not going to
ahead.
happen. But go ahead.
Uncle Ben.
Oh, wow.
Uncle Ben.
I think he'll be mentioned by
no,
the
Uncle
others.
Ben's
No.
gonna show up.
I think Uncle full on for
Yeah,
sure.
multiverse. Uncle Ben showing up.
Has
You know
to.
Uncle Ben shows up in a
And then who is Uncle Ben? Which Uncle Ben? Like,
Joe Pesci.
oh,
oh my god! Imagine, I'd so be happy.
What
I'd
Toby?
be so happy.
I think
about it.
Tobey Maguire is Uncle Ben.
oh, wild
Ooh.
take.
Technically, it's the only one that makes sense. Actually,
Yeah.
That is
This
the wildest
motherfucker-
of takes I've ever heard.
you did this motherfucker spin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Straight up. I really want Tobey
Toby.
Maguire in this that badly.
that'd be hard. Oh my god!
Yes,
And I think the great responsibility
I would
one that we
respect that.
haven't gotten is going to come from Tobey Maguire Spider-Man to Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Thank you.
Oh wait, but
Thank
Like,
no,
this is what
you
my
said
Uncle
Ben.
He could be there.
He'll
We
be
can
there as
have-
Uncle Ben.
Yes, he could be there,
Okay.
but he's not going to say it. It's going to be Spider-Man to Spider-Man. Is that how that gets
Yeah, I
past?
think
the
it's-
Oh
line?
yeah,
I
no,
think
that I don't want.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no, it's gonna
why
be.
not?
I like the concept of Uncle Ben,
Yeah.
from the other universe going up to ours and being like, just so you know, because I think you forgot.
No, but
No,
like,
that's too
I'm
cheesy. That's too
Toby,
cheesy.
You're telling me an Uncle Ben played by Tobey Maguire in an alternate reality says with great power to him, says the whole
No.
line? That
No.
would be solid to me.
Yeah,
I would cry.
That would be better
right,
than
right, Kev, right?
Yeah, it's true.
That would be
Yeah,
weird as
we would
hell
all
if
be
that
crying
happened.
at that.
Yes,
Whimper
for
like a
sure.
little, yeah, for sure.
For sure. That would be
Meanwhile,
weird too.
An old grizzled Toby as another Peter Parker saying it. I don't care. It's just like, listen, you should be
Really?
dead.
It's kind of like Into the Spider-Verse. You know how they had that little mentor sort of relationship?
Yeah,
I
but
feel
that
like
was they built that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Peter Parker died, and the other one had to come and teach this Miles. Hey, homie, you don't know how to do this. Luckily, I showed up. Let's work this out together.
I
And
mean, that
Luckily, I showed up.
kind of sounds similar to where this Parker is at, though.
Tom, you feel like Tom Holland is not established enough Peter Parker yet?
I don't think so.
I disagree.
I actually think he's been relying so much on other people to tell him what his direction is. But it'd be a different story if he heard it from himself, so to speak. You know what I mean?
I do agree with you that he again, I said it last time and Skinny got mad at me. This homie always needs a crutch. Someone always got to come and save his ass every time. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but let's see you do it on your own. And then we get Doctor Strange coming to once again probably save your ass, but
he's not gonna save his ass.
But instead, we're gonna get two other old timey Spider-Mans.
Who will save his ass?
They're not that old.
How old is someone? Look up how old Tobey Maguire is and tell me how old this Peter Parker is gonna play is.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
It's be one of those things where like Tobey Maguire is the same age as the actor who played Uncle Ben in the first movie.
Facts. That is exactly what it probably.
I don't want to Google it now. After
he's
that.
46.
Yo, look at that. See, we got some fans with that idea in here.
Yep.
I think it'd be sick if
Tobey Maguire as a
Spider-Man.
46-year-old playing, as I said, old ass Peter Parker.
Well, we don't know what age did Peter Parker retire in the comics.
He
doesn't really retire.
Exactly.
He has his daughter. Yeah, but I'm not. Hey, I didn't say he's retired. I just said he's old ass.
No, 45, 46 is not old, man. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
To be Spider-Man, 46 is old.
You have superpowers. Wolverine was like 70, 100.
Wolverine doesn't age.
Yo, technically, if you really want to be that dude, technically Peter Parker's 45 or 46 right now in the comics. If that shit was proper.
With the company and everything, right?
Oh yeah, but they don't count that. That's not how the multiverse in the comic book 616 resets his age every couple of years.
Yeah, that's
true. In the comic book,
he went 25 for 19 years.
He was what? He was working at that college in the comic book the last time we saw him. Because remember, Superior Spider-Man is the last major arc I read. And at that point, he's still working there. He becomes the head of he buys the Baxter building. He becomes the head of his own company, but he's in like his mid 30s. And that was only a couple years ago. He's not 45 yet.
Damn.
Yeah. And they keep resetting it. They keep like every couple years, they're just like, oh, he's 29 again, or some crazy shit. Like they haven't made him a teenager in years, but they never drop him below.
They can't bring him back.
Tobey Maguire, he'll shift 10 years off his face. Him and what's his name?
Garfield.
No,
the other old ass one.
Wow, you're hitting.
Hey,
what are you talking? The guy's like less than 30 years old.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield's like 36.
No.
Yeah.
Just like an NBA player. It's about time you retired, sir.
Oh my gosh.
I'm challenging.
What is this ageist side of you coming out today? I don't understand.
I in a world where all the superheroes are going younger, I think the old guys should be teachers and not actually running around trying to do all the hard work.
There you go. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man coming in to teach Tom Holland about how to handle his responsibilities by saying.
No matter what you say, Brian, our current Ant-Man is 50 years old.
Also.
Oh, yeah. The actor or the character.
Actually, Morbius is 50.
Oof.
Jared Leto's 50?
Yeah, right? It's scary.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know what voodoo he did with the devil, but that don't make no sense. Jared Leto does not look 50.
He's making deals with Mephisto.
Yeah, that's a Mephisto deal right there.
So, bro, do you see his face?
He signed the deal to be like, listen, I want to be in one of those superhero movies. Mephisto's just like, yes, you were going to play the Joker. Gave him that shitty ass movie. Then he realized, I got played by the devil when he made another deal.
Do you remember how young he was in Requiem for a Dream, and he was still like a teen? He was older, man.
I don't want to talk about that movie.
Though.
I'll be angry.
I don't want to talk about that.
I will say this though, Morbius. Okay, but taking into consideration what you guys are talking about in the '94 cartoon, Morbius is an old scientist dude. Who gets turned into Morbius. So these characters being represented in the movies as older people,
in the animated
teenagers.
Series?
Yeah, the animated series. They're not teenagers.
No, he went to Empire State University.
He was like Felicia.
Yeah, he was Felicia Hardy. Yeah, bro. He was just wild old, but he's probably
he was a student.
Yeah,
he was a student.
Yeah,
I remembered him being.
No, he was holding the books and stuff and all that stuff. I remember.
Yeah. He was
I
definitely.
Dave remembers it. He was holding books.
No, like you were going out of class and stuff is what I meant.
Felicia wouldn't stop talking about him. Parker was getting jealous. I mean,
that's hilarious. Okay.
Then Parker was proven right about his weirdness later on. Really? Like,
the man's a fucking vampire.
I knew.
Hey, this guy's kind of weird, Felicia. You don't say. He's a fucking vampire.
Yeah, I don't think the age of Spider-Man is gonna matter here. I actually think maybe those Spider-Men have been around. I also
don't think they're going to show up still. So
of course you don't.
No. I don't.
Of course you don't.
I don't think nor want them to show up. I've been saying it since day one.
I don't know why. I don't know why you wouldn't. Doesn't make any sense.
Because we don't need them.
Of course we do. Since when did we need them?
Feige has been saying you guys need to temper your expectations. He has said it multiple times, and everyone's still running around like they're all going to show up. And Feige's just like, listen. I don't want you guys to be disappointed by the things that you.
He never said that. Movie. He never said he doesn't want us to be disappointed.
He literally said that.
He does say that.
I literally pulled up the quote and put it in our chat.
Everyone's expecting like Endgame. Everyone's showing up, but it's all Spider-Man instead. Like through the portals, it's just only Spider-Man.
That'd be dope. I'd still watch.
That's what I think it's gonna be.
I want the Spider-Man mecha to show up.
Which one? Find
the like the Japanese Spider-Man where he had like the Zord.
Oh yeah.
I want that to show up. Like that would be fire. But
all right. Kevin Feige said rumors are fun because many of them are true and many of them are not true. The danger is when you get into the expectation game of wanting people to be excited about the movies and they get and not disappoint about the movie they don't get.
What does that even mean?
It means that don't make up the movie.
If you have in your head that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and all these people are going to show up and you don't get that movie and then you start rating the movie poorly on Rotten Tomato and all these other sites because you didn't get what you expected, even though no one ever promised it to you, don't be mad at them. It's not their fault that you let the internet convince you that this was going to happen.
The people who do that are oddballs, first of all. But secondly, I'm not gonna go on Rotten Tomatoes and rate a movie low because I had an expectation. I have an expectation.
You're one of the ones expecting.
I will always expect, especially when it comes to the characters that I actually love in this universe. I will always expect them to do something to blow my mind. But if they necessarily don't do exactly what I say, it doesn't mean I'm going to hate the movie also.
Yeah,
right?
That's fair.
But he's just trying to temper expectations, but it doesn't mean you might not get what you're getting. So there's no reason not to be excited about the potential.
He says, and not disappointed about a movie they don't get. And
then the ratings part is what he's talking about too. He's saying they're gonna rate the movie lower because
no, he didn't say that part. I'm adding that part.
Oh, okay. Why are you adding something?
What? You can't add stuff.
Stop putting word in the man's mouth.
I ended the quote and then continued speaking.
No indication of
exactly.
What do you mean? I said Feige said, and then the movie they don't get. Stopped talking and then started and then Skinny asked.
Guys, I'm pretty sure you got to say full stop like we're in
I really wish we could have replays. I stopped my sentence. Skinny asked, "What does that mean?" And then I explained to Skinny what it meant.
No, I'm gonna need a full stop.
And elaborated.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
I'm more than happy to pull up the tape.
But listen, I love to speculate. I still want to be excited about it. I still want all of them to show up. If they don't show up, I hope they tell a really great story, and I'm still excited to watch and talk about that as well. But I'm not gonna not go in excited to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, are we gonna rent that theater? Because I'm serious about that.
Down.
Because
let's do a nice little
$250, $300 to rent theater.
Yeah, I got that. I'm not trying to be around people like that, and I'm just like,
That's easy.
I want to see Spider-Man because I haven't seen Shang-Chi. Like it comes out, I think November 15th. I hope on Disney Plus.
Disney
So
Plus?
I gotta, and then
12 or 15, something like that.
12 or 15. So yeah, I need to get me to a theater. So and
You're gonna have to book that theater early. I wonder if they're letting people book the theaters now.
Do you think we're gonna get a mention of Blade and Morbius?
Yeah.
Good chance.
That'd be cool. That'd be smart.
That'd be super
If
dope.
anything, that's after credit scene.
But
And,
if we do get that mention, that's even more MCU related because that's a Sony film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's MCU.
Interesting.
That would be, but it would be really bad if they didn't take advantage.
Yeah, this is like it. You know?
Yeah.
The vampire. This is like your way in. That's crazy.
Word.
Cool.
Yeah. Crazy. This is the whole MCU is going to be a hot disaster of a mess.
Are you tuning out Eternals news and reviews?
Yeah,
until I see it, I don't want to hear about it anymore.
I'm more just not interested because I feel like everyone, like none of us have seen the movie, and the critics. I never trust the critics.
No, yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for the audience score to come in.
Yeah, I haven't trusted the critics in years. The critics are the same people that tell us every time, like, "Oh, this movie gonna suck. They don't do this, this, and this," and then you go and see the movie, and you're like, "I don't know what you guys were watching. We all really liked it. As nerds, this is exactly what we wanted." Like,
yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think they think they're talking for the general public, but
they're doing it wrong.
We've been saying from jump, we don't count as the general public.
Yo, it's the same. It's same like the guy who thinks that Iron Man 2 is better than 3. Like
and that.
Like forget it.
Nope.
This episode is called "Canceling AV Club."
Well, I might have to. That could also be the episode title: "Canceling AV Club."
Man.
Yeah, that was a weird list.
Do we have any rumors this week?
Yes.
Hit it.
Geek news and rumors. Actually, let me do like we usually do.
Yeah, do the thing.
Geek news and rumors. The first one is more unfortunate news, at least in my opinion. Chris Pratt to voice Garfield in the new animated feature.
That's silly.
Why is this guy doing all the voices?
Yeah, why is he out here doing the fact that he's doing Mario and he's doing like for what?
Here's the issue, right? Voice actors, it's a coveted role, right? You go into a different character, you embody them, and you sound different. There's different tones and inflections and stuff in your voice. He just sounds like Chris Pratt all the time.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, I mean, what do you base that on in regards to other animated stuff? Like, let's be honest. Like, has he ever been in something animated?
Well, I'll say this. Instead of that, are you telling me that out of all of Hollywood,
all of voice actors, the famous ones,
out of all the famous voice actors, the two major characters, Garfield and Mario, in a short span, this man signed up to do both the voices, and no one thought like that's going to be a little bit much?
I think it is a bit much. I'm not going to deny it. Personally, if it was me, I would just choose regular Mario. He's still plenty alive, and it would be probably cool to get the original voice actor to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the only thing is
an hour and a half of that guy talking in a Mario voice. The original Mario in talking the whole movie as his own Mario self. I don't think I could stand.
Yeah,
like 90 minutes of that.
Nods. Agreed.
The whole time it's just like, let's go. Like, okay, I get
it. The whole time.
Yeah.
Also, because they're also not gonna probably do that stereotypical voice anymore. Like, I feel like Chris Pratt doing that voice will end up getting Pratt in trouble in some way because we know how the world is these days. Like, that's one of those things that I'm like, this is not something you guys need to be upset about. Mario has always spoken this way. It was problematic, sure, but that's his voice now. I mean, anything else would just be weird to hear. And then Chris Pratt to do that for 90 minutes, I think we'd all want to burn.
But now him doing Garfield, it's kind of like, well, you better do a really, really good Bill Murray impression. Because I don't see him doing.
It's a little odd, and he's done other voice acting work.
Lego Movie.
Yeah, Lego Movie, Onward. He sounded the same in all those movies.
True, yeah. Yo, those are perfect examples. He literally just does himself. He doesn't add anything to it.
That's fair.
All right, cool.
Let him fuck it up. Let him fuck it up. I mean, we can't do anything about it. I mean,
it's true. We can do.
We have a lot of powers, but we never gave enough power or thought towards these things, so that's why this is happening. This is technically on us. No, I'm just.
Oh, wow.
No, he's not wrong. From now on, we need to start planning all the voice acting and put it out into the universe. And then, like the weird magic we've seen so far, everything we say comes true.
Yep.
That's crazy. How many films does he have in post production now, or pre production?
Pratt a lot.
Yeah. He's been working,
right?
man.
Thor and Guardians 3.
Yeah.
Thor Guardians 3, the Christmas special.
Still doing the Jurassic, the trilogy.
Gotta
Yeah.
be.
That's probably why he's getting all these roles in the
Yeah.
same time period, right? You got to ride who the hot name is in Hollywood right now. Probably
Yeah.
everyone's throwing stuff at him, be like, I want you on this, I want you on this, and here's the paycheck. So
Yeah.
that's why you see all the names.
Yeah.
It just sucks that he took the paycheck. Like, oh,
Well, I mean, if you're offered Mario, like considering his age, if you're offered Mario, like
I understand him taking.
I
the
would
paycheck,
take it.
Skinny.
Like,
Skinny's reaction was just like, "Are you crazy?" I understand him taking the paycheck. I'm
Okay.
saying it sucks that he took the paycheck.
No, listen,
Like,
if I got a 10-year run, I'm draking that shit.
Oh,
taking
facts.
all of the money and then
Yeah.
dipping. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Be like, hey, Kevin, do you want to be Mario? I'll be like, hell yeah, I can do Mario. What?
straight to the bank.
I can do Waluigi too, bitch. Let's do this all. I don't care. I'll do like that Simpsons episode where Krusty walks in and does all the takes and walks out before they hit record.
Yeah.
That'll be Kevin.
That's
Waluigi.
like, all right, Krusty.
Oh, man.
Oh man, no, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, I get it. Take the bag. I understand. It's just, don't turn into Nick Cage. You know what I mean? Don't turn.
No
into
one
Nick
could turn
Cage.
into Nick Cage. Only Nick Cage could be Nick Cage.
Dude,
Don't turn into who's our boy also, Die Hard homie Bruce Willis. Like,
Oh,
these are, like the later years, you just start if you start saying yes to everything, the later years turn into.
well, you see, okay, that's when you've spent the money poorly. You see, name an actor who you don't see out there like that, who's been like one of the older guys.
I mean,
If you don't see him, it's because they saved their money.
yeah, true. Because Samuel Jackson took everything, but he did good movies.
Saved
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He had a moment.
Yes.
He had a moment.
He had a moment where he
Scars,
was
man. He
going-
has some scrapes, some
Probably
bruises.
bought a
Like,
boat or a yacht. He had to catch up. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
his-
but
but his-
that's the thing about Sam Jackson. Even his bad movies do
I was
well.
gonna
Like
say,
Snakes
I was
on
gonna
a-
say.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I was
Go
about
ahead.
to say Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah, his B movies are
A
successful.
cult. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how do you do a B movie and have a cult classic? Everyone's making fun of the title. Then everyone makes fun of the title to the point where, you know what though? Let's just watch this movie. It might actually be funny.
He
Like,
leaned into it. He
Yeah.
leaned straight up, even in the trailers. The whole tide of this motherfucking snakes.
Yeah, that was the definitive moment. That was like
That
the
was solid.
official lean. That was like, yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Oh,
All right.
Spider-Man No Way Home runtime announced 2 hours 39 minutes.
Oh, baby, yes.
I would like to once again
so
point
dope.
back to the list of all the
That's
damn
so
people
dope.
they listed. And
That makes me so like excited and giddy and like ready to like not use the washroom for 2.5 hours. I am straight up not drinking any liquids for 24 hours before going to watch this movie. Straight
get
up
that
going-
thing that you could go and it goes in that little sack down your leg or
Oh,
whatever.
no.
You want me to get a catheter other than dehydrate myself?
no, but they,
No?
No, it's a
they
thing.
have these things that you can get for like sporting events. But
Yeah.
still, I know
Oh,
That's what I was
okay.
joking about. Thank you. At least
Like,
someone
oh.
here understands what I was trying to say.
It's
It's not
still,
like
I
a
mean,
catheter. What the fuck?
both are bad. Don't do either of those.
Don't do those
at all.
things. No.
Yeah, either way.
We're good. We're good.
But yeah, 2 hours and
Dang.
40 minutes.
I'm happy.
God,
Let's
Amazing.
go.
Is this the longest? No, Endgame was like
No.
3 hours, right?
Endgame was 2:59:59.
God damn, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be happy. So whatever.
I
I'm
feel like
super
Eternals was a test run for this runtime too.
How long is
Eternals
Eternals?
is about 2.5, 2:30 something.
Oh my god.
It's an introductory movie, or it's an
Yeah.
ending movie. It's gonna be long. Don't give me no hour 20 minutes bullshit. Like, stop
No,
that.
that's fair.
Mm.
That's fair. That's fair. I saw someone write. Can you imagine if Snyder got his hands on this? We'd have a 6-hour movie.
Oh god.
Oh, Lord.
Speaking of Snyder,
Next one.
no, Army of Thieves. Did you see it?
I watched it. That was what I was going to review, but I figured we weren't going to do it this week. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, we'll do it next week.
Oh, I also we have to watch for next week. The Harder They Fall. I'm so mad that I didn't watch it today. But
I
the fact that
started
we
it
had
before
Kevin
we
as a-
start. Yeah.
Ask Skinny. I was watching it as we started
Who
prep, and
started it?
I told Skinny the first scene, and Skinny's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yo, this movie's gonna be wild."
That's
If you-
crazy.
You guys need to watch this movie, The Harder They Fall. We're gonna be talking about it next week on the show, so make sure you watch it before.
It's on Netflix.
Netflix. My 2 months of Netflix at the end of the year when they put all their good stuff.
Yo, John Watts. Again, you talk about Feige saying don't get your expectations up, and then John Watts goes, you know what? Get your motherfucking expectations up.
Spider-Man.
Oh, is this a Western? The Harder They Fall?
Yeah.
The harder they fall. It's a Western, right?
Yeah, Black
John-
Western.
That's my list.
But John Watts can say what he wants because I mean he's got Fantastic Four. He's like, what are you niggas gonna do? Fire me? Stop it.
This is also
Disney has fired people.
Yeah.
And then brought him right back on some like tap on the wrist type shit. So like,
No, I mean who are the two that did Game of Thrones that they haven't brought back?
Oh yes,
DB Weiss and whatever.
Yeah, they did. They were supposed to
David
do Star
Benioff.
Wars, and then they were
Yeah.
just like, hey, yeah, your last season kind of flopped. Get the fuck out of here.
Please leave right now.
We kind of don't want
Yo,
you.
I'm looking at this cast list for The Harder They Fall.
It's
Oh yeah,
crazy,
dude,
right?
it's a dope list.
Jonathan Majors, Idris Elba, Regina King, Zazie Beetz, Delroy Lindo, Lakeith Stanfield,
Yeah.
Dion Cole,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damon Wayans Jr.
And it's a Western.
Oh no.
That's
Dion Cole is so cool in the trailer when he's like leans back and just like he has a scar on his face. He leans back with a stick of dynamite, just throws it at someone casually. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I want to see that scene so bad because I'm like,
That's going to be an Old Spice commercial. They're going to redo it. As
Young Cole.
So
And where can you find that one?
that was
Netflix.
Netflix. How did they fall? Out today. Jay-Z created a Instagram account just to promote the film. Already at 2 million followers. Started it yesterday.
Of
Just so he could
course,
post
of course he is. Already at 2 million.
Joker.
Anyway, going back to John
He's the
Watts.
producer, by the way, just to let people know. If they
He
weren't.
says this is the most ambitious standalone superhero movie ever made. We're definitely trying to be ambitious.
It's not
It's
standalone.
Spider-Man's Endgame.
It's not standalone. Doctor Strange is in it.
No, that's
Come on.
Dude,
All right, if we're really
I
gonna
s-
get that granular,
I
Then
said
most-
the same.
most-
I've always kept that same energy. Captain America: Winter Soldier. I always said that's not a Cap movie. That's a Anthony Mackie and Scarlett Joe movie as well. I always keep that same energy.
Cap movies have become Avengers movies for sure. This isn't though.
But
Having
Captain America
having
always
one
had
character-
supporting cast.
Yeah, but having one character like Doctor Strange in there doesn't
You guys are
necessarily
telling me
make
there's
it.
going to be 4 Spider-Mans in this fucking movie. How you telling me
It's a
standalone-
Spider-Man movie with
Uh,
other characters in it that are not necessarily part of the original
Venom,
Avengers
who's
team.
been playing an anti-hero. Okay, sure.
Anyway, guys, keep your expectations real high for this one. It's about to
Keep
be,
them
it's about
low,
to be crazy
people.
in
I'm
there.
telling
I'm
you,
not,
I'm
I'm not even anymore. How about just watch the movie?
That's what I'm
That's
what I'm
let's just
saying.
watch the
Keep
movie.
it low. Go
How
watch
do
the
we
movie.
Watch
Man,
the-
you guys, how do you get excited for things anymore? When you like just go in
I
there with
get
no
I don't
excited,
wanna
but
get
I get
excited.
excited
I
by
wanna-
not watching trailers and being excited to see what's coming.
I don't want to be excited beforehand.
That's more
I wanna
rational
go
than what
watch
this
the
guy's saying. This
I just
guy
want to go
over here.
watch the movie and the movie do well. That's it. I said my expectation is let's see what happens. That's it.
Cool.
That's
Okay,
fair.
Fine.
Okay. I mean,
Fine. This is the last time we talk about it, Brian. It's over.
That's a lie, but okay.
Anyways, nope.
The next piece of news should make Skinny happy. I know you've been waiting for this for a while.
There's still news. Shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's the last one. It's Atlanta's coming finally. There's a trailer out.
Season
That was
3.
no trailer. That was a
It's a
30
teaser,
second
like
and-
Halloween thing.
You
Yeah.
gotta give me more than that and then stop. No, I was actually really kind of not happy with that. Donald Glover, I'm shame. Actually, shame.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't- Don't be like 4 years out of your last season of a really, really great show, then get really kind of jealous when other people start talking about the next show because guess what? They came with the season 2 faster than you
Are
did.
you calling it jealousy when he said I'm a sellout? Y'all are talking about Dave
It's
being
not.
better.
It's not jealousy, but it's like, bro, get off of Twitter and come with that season 3. Shut up. Like you know what I mean? Like I get it. I know Zazzy's busy. I know Fastos is a Marvel boy now. Like Paperboy's out here Marvel.
I was gonna say, I feel like it has a more of factor of like he made them all so hot he had to wait till they were free.
right,
Yo.
but at the same time, hold back them tweets and give me a proper trailer.
I dig the tweets though. I like that he's standing. I like that he's standing up for his property because he's right. Like Atlanta is leaps and bounds beyond Dave.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
Leaps and
Like
bounds.
Dave is a good show, but Dave is not better than Atlanta.
No,
And people out here arguing which one is better. He's right. Who are you guys really playing here?
it's
have
the
you
whole y'all
watched-
must have forgot thing.
Yeah, come on now.
Kev, have you seen either of the shows?
What the hell
What
is
do you mean?
Dave?
Dave is based on the
Little
rapper
Dicky.
Little Dicky's TV show on FX, and Atlanta is, of course, Atlanta. I mean,
I've
have you
watched
seen
Atlanta.
it? Okay, so Dave is basically
I also
like
call it Atlanta, and I pronounce all of the letters in the whole word. Yes, I watched Atlanta.
Dave is in the same vein, still kind of funny. They don't really do the like, how do you say it? I guess off kilter comedy.
Yeah, like invisible cars.
Yeah, they won't do things like that. They're more
great.
just like dick jokes. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen season 2 of Dave, so I really can't speak on it.
Dave isn't doing the same thing, but Dave does have like he'll do dream sequences where things like not the invisible car, but he'll encounter himself in an alternate reality where he's like bald and he looks like he's like bald, eyebrow shaved, and he's just like, I'm your id.
alopecia.
Yeah, he looks like he has alopecia, and he's like, I'm your id, and will like show Dave like this is
It's
what you
trying
should
too
be.
hard when you really compare it next to Atlanta. Like
Yes.
Atlanta just does it effortlessly. Like it's
Yes.
easy. You're watching an episode, you're like, oh, I guess we're in for this ride. This episode, like I guess this invisible car is real.
Yeah,
You know?
I might have a bias too, because I feel like Childish Gambino, I like the music. I really used to listen to that a lot, and I think he's just a talented dude overall. Like you can watch a show with an actor, and then like I could be really into it because I'm kind of anticipating what this person can give me.
yeah.
Where an outsider can watch it and have no connection to this person and be like, okay, it's average, but like, you know,
I mean,
there's a certain thing that
Could I dare say that's not biased, that's just informed.
yeah.
Like I don't think that's biased. You know Gambino can and has delivered.
Yeah.
Little Dicky over the time, no shade, but shade?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like I've been following Donald Glover since Derek Comedy, which is even before the music.
Yeah.
And the weird stuff that we're seeing in Atlanta, if you go watch Derek Comedy stuff on YouTube, it's all still up. It is even weirder than what you're seeing in Atlanta right now, and it's so funny. The Mad Hatter one is probably one of my favorite skits he ever did, where like back in the day they used to put mercury in the hats when they were making the hats, right? So back in the day people would go crazy over time and not realize that the reason why is because of the mercury seeping into their brain.
Oh,
Right. The hat,
I did not know that.
right?
Wow.
So he did a
skit for all that stuff.
Yeah. So
Oh,
he did a
wow.
skit based off of that, where he's a hat maker, and every day he would come home to his wife. he makes less and less sense as honestly it's an amazing skit. It's the Mad Hatter skit from Derek Comedy. It's on YouTube.
And we haven't even mentioned Community. Like, come on.
Right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Did we forget Community? Like
No,
he
of course
did that
not.
too.
Don't.
And even if you I didn't say it, Dave. I didn't say it because there's a running gag, Kevin, on the show. There's a running gag about a certain show creator.
That's okay. We don't have to mention him right now.
Yeah, we'll remain nameless. But we've made fun of his alcoholism, that he can't keep a woman, his bad writing.
Yeah.
There's been some comments about some of the directions.
Definitely more so the bad writing, but it's all good.
Yeah. So we won't though. Don't worry. But also, I think one of the things that's really cool is Gambino was also a writer on 30 Rock.
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
That's true.
So like, there's just layers to the.
There's levels. There's levels to this shit.
Yeah,
levels to this shit. But fuck that, Harmon. So Facebook, apparently, there's another company that's already named Meta, and now they have to pay. Facebook has to pay $20 million for the name Meta.
Love it.
How crazy is that? How do you not do unless they didn't care and they're like, no, we'll pay them out anyway and just take their name?
That's Kanye energy.
That's what happened, right?
That's Kanye energy. We're just gonna use this sample, and then when you come ask us for money, we'll just pay you off. That's pure. That is 100% what they did.
I feel it's like one guy got fired over this because I feel like the only thing that his job was supposed to do is to just check out if someone had this company name already. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's one guy at the office that like
the dude who got the logos for the Morbius newspaper.
Yeah, exactly.
The intern who worked for Morbius found a job at Facebook.
No, he has the internship because he got fired from Facebook, bro.
That is great. That is great. This poor kid.
I imagine that like, in some universe it is actually the same person, and somehow this segment gets back to him.
And he's just angry.
Poor bastard.
We just see portals opening up on our lefts right now, like someone coming through the future and grabbing us.
So good. Oh my
man.
god.
That's
Yeah, this
crazy.
is why it's fun to do a nerd podcast, because shit like that makes sense to all of us.
No explanations needed.
No. He said portals opening to my left, and I was just like, that'd be amazing. Like that'd be like, you know, you're a nerd when you like someone says something like that. You're just like, that's awesome. Alternate reality where this guy, yes, I'm here for all of it. Like this makes sense, you know, that's what the fun of it.
Sign me up. But I am down to see how far down the meta tube we go though. Because I don't know. It's gonna be Ready Player One. It already is. There's actually some YouTube channels already with people using their meta characters and like acting like, you know, just using them. Interesting.
Well, there's a singing competition with avatars on
TV.
Yeah, on Fox. Is it Fox that did it?
Is that the Masked Singer thing?
Yeah, so it's like the mask, but instead of a mask, it's an avatar. Like you're in a smoke capture suit,
there you go,
singing in the back, and an avatar hologram is presented to the judges.
It's happening, folks.
And the judges, and it really is like the Black Mirror episode where like you have and the judges like watch these things, and I keep thinking in my head like, this is fake. You're just looking at a green tennis ball just like swinging around, but I don't know. I can't imagine they've actually figured out the technology to present and film a holographic image.
You know what's crazy about that though is that if you want to ever eliminate racism, this is the way. Have everyone show up in some form of avatar. I swear to God, no. There'd be nothing to judge there'd be nothing else to judge a person on aside from, I guess, you judge them on the character.
Oh no, but you still have those crazy white boys just dropping like video gamers saying N-bombs every 2 seconds. So I guess that's the problem. Like you give them an avatar, they're gonna make themselves a black guy with a gold chain and just saying.
But that's okay. Like, you know what? You want to know why that's okay? Eventually, that loses its power.
I don't know.
I don't
know if I'm on board with this.
I don't think I'm the right person for this conversation.
Yeah, of course we're gonna end it there.
I'm just gonna.
I wasn't thinking on the track Brian was thinking on, to be honest, at that point. But...
That's Twitch though. That's like half of Twitch is still that shit.
Damn,
that's the part I find funny.
Kev, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
On this episode.
Yeah, man, this is prime kid going to bedtime, but this was a nice hangout. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
we appreciate you coming through.
Definitely.
And thanks for coming out.
Tell us, remind everyone again. I mean, it's scrolling by. So tell us where we can find you and all that.
Yeah, every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. If you are on Instagram, I post pictures and toy geeky stuff on there. Same name, @toyingaround. The website is toyingaround.ca. There's toy news. I put photo sets up. You know, there's merch, there's a shop, there's some shirts. You know, he's got some of the stuff. You know, everyone in the culture, in the hobby, you're welcome to come through and check it out. And I hope there's something for everyone, content for everyone, and new stuff, new videos. It's always stuff brainstorming in my head all the time. So stay tuned.
Awesome. I just subscribed. You guys should too.
Yeah, check out Weekly Christmas on Thursdays, right? That's when you do the unraveling on the YouTube show.
Weekly Christmas.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me when you're describing it earlier. I was like, that sounds like the best thing ever.
Oh, it's literally just called Unboxing Thursdays. But Weekly Christmas could be good too. That's in the other timeline. I have that.
Nice.
All right, boys. Thank you so much for having me. I do have to get going.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone watching. You guys enjoy the rest of it.
No
have a good night.
All right.
Later.
I just want to let people know also, shout outs to Bloodfiend13. If you guys know her on Twitch, she's going to be doing extralife.org, where they're raising money for children's hospitals. Donation page is available on her Twitch channel. You guys can check her out at twitch.tv/Bloodfiend13. She is a local makeup artist. She's been on my podcast, my solo one. She's going to be playing Apex, Guardians of the Galaxy, Back for Blood, all from 9 a.m. on Saturday, raising money. So if you guys want to donate, go check that out.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, man.
What?
Raising money. They're raising money.
Sorry,
Is that it?
Sorry.
You said...
No. Sorry,
Oh,
I said it out loud. I was. I was
like, I thought there was something in news coming.
Yeah, man. He was just like, "Do you want to say it, or do you want us all just sit here and stare at you awkwardly?"
No, I was actually kind of. Anyways, like,
you know how sometimes you're reading something and like it just like you're thinking it, but it came out and I didn't expect it to. I didn't want it to come out. Anyway, sorry. Ignore. My apologies.
That's all, folks.
That's all. Yeah, that's all. That's great.
We out, you crazy people. Tune in next week. We got another one. That's it.
Deuces.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.